Hey guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. I don't think I have been this excited ever to be reviewing a product for you guys. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I have in front of me the brand new Tati Beauty palette. This is the Volume 1 Textured Neutrals eyeshadow palette. If you have been following me for any length of time, you know that I am a huge fan of Tati's. I have been watching her channel for about 3 years now, I would say. My youngest sister, Bianca, pretty much introduced me to the beauty community here on YouTube. I had no idea that it even existed up until about 3 years ago. I remember when she showed me Tati. Tati was the first beauty channel that I ever started to watch. And when I discovered it, I stayed up like all night, just like binge watching as many of her videos as I could. I was so intrigued. And honestly, it is what sparked my love once again for the makeup industry. So here we are 3 years later. I feel like this is just coming full circle. I am sitting here with Tati's palette, something from Tati's very own brand right here in my hands. And it's just one of those things, like I said, things that come full circle. It's crazy to think about. Tati for me is one of those people where it's like if I could ever meet her, I would want to say XYZ because she has just been such an influence in my life and has inspired me so much, and I just adore so much about her. I just think that she is so incredibly talented and smart and beautiful inside and out. She's just a really cool person to me. So with that being said, I do want to say that I purchased this palette on my own. So we are going to go ahead and go over swatches. I want to talk about packaging, inspiration, and then ultimately I will be creating a look for you guys. I am going to be putting timestamps in the description box below. So if you want to just kind of hop around, you just want to get to the point, or you want to see a final look, you guys get the drift. Those timestamps will be in the description box. Let's go ahead and take a look at this palette and let's jump into it. All right, so here is the packaging. You guys, this is extremely luxe, high-end feeling. I know a lot of other people have said this, but off the jump when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's kind of giving me Morphe vibes. But once you get it in your hands, just like other people have said, it does not feel like a Morphe palette whatsoever. It is this nice kind of soft matte packaging. If you turn it on its side, you can see that it says obviously right here Tati Beauty and it says Volume 1. Right off the bat, Tati did say that she kind of wants this to be like a book style collection. She's got like, I don't know, she said something like 30 other ideas for palettes or something like that, which is awesome. I think that this is eventually supposed to be something that can look just very beautiful sitting out on your vanity, chapter book style, and I think that it is absolutely fantastic. It does come in this sleeve when you do get it in the mail, and what's nice about that, it has all the ingredients on the back. So this formula is unique to her brand. It is her formula alone. It's not just her slapping her name on something. She has full creative control. This is her company. She did also mention that she is going through Seed Beauty. So Seed Beauty is like a lab slash manufacturer of cosmetics. Just to kind of throw out some names, Seed Beauty also manufactures for ColourPop, KKW Beauty, and Kylie Cosmetics as well, just to throw a few names out there. Just to kind of give you a heads up about that, this palette retails for $48. You get 24 shades. Now, when you open this up, you've got this gigantic, beautiful mirror. Like, she did not skimp. The quality of this mirror is insane, like unlike any other palette that I own. It is extremely weighted, and then here are all of the beautiful shades on the inside. Now, the inspiration for this is that it has 6 of your everyday basic shades, but in 4 different finishes. This is what we have all been asking for. At least this is something that I've been asking for anyways, to speak for myself. Something different, different formulas. There are so many eyeshadow palettes being launched every day. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, throw a different formula at me. Just give me something a little bit different, a little bit unique. There's only so many colors in my mind. And I think that Tati really kind of answered my palette prayers, so to speak. So on the bottom here, you've got all of the shade names. And then along the side, you're going to see the different types of finishes. So just to go over the shade names, we have Memory, Ritual, Story, Soothe, Aura and Poet. And then you've got the matte row right here. This is the sequin shades, or the sequin finishes, I should say, metallic finish, and then you've got like a pressed glitter up here. Let's just go ahead and take a look at some swatches. These swatches did not disappoint. The mattes are extremely buttery smooth, very smoothly pigmented. I didn't notice any skipping, any dry or chalkiness. Just absolutely beautiful. The sequin shades are like next level. These are so incredibly beautiful and unique. They're like a matte finish with a ton of micro reflex of glitter in it. So unique, so beautiful. I've seen matte shadows and palettes before where you can kind of see like the little micro reflex of glitter, but this is like amped up times 10, like so much reflective, beautiful glitter. And you've got these gorgeous reflective metallics, and then of course the glitter shades. Now, one thing that's unique about the glitter is that when you stick your finger in it and you were to actually swatch it, there really isn't any glitter left behind on your finger. It completely transfers onto the skin, which I think is awesome, and it is very densely packed, very glitter opaque. It's just very beautiful. So I love that about this palette, that you've got the 6 shades and then you've got these different finishes that you can create very minimal, basic looks. You can crank it up and get very sultry nighttime. You can have more bright, fun daytime looks, total glam if you want to dip into these glitters. I just feel like there is so much with this palette, despite the fact that there is only 6 different shades. To be honest with you, at first I'm like, wow, I'm kind of overwhelmed because I'm so intrigued by the different finishes that I just want to like put it all on my eyes if I could. Like, I want to put every single finish on my eyes because they're just that beautiful. I'm going to be giving you guys an honest review. I am not going to hold back. I know that I said that I love Tati, and I've made it very apparent that I am a huge fan of her, but nonetheless, I am still going to be honest, because if she were to see this video and if there is any feedback to give, I would think that she'd want to know that. We are going to go ahead and dive into it. My lids are already primed. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, and let's go ahead and play with Textured Neutrals Volume 1. It is so incredibly cold in this room, you guys. I live in Minnesota, if you did not know. The temperatures here are very erratic and just very crazy. 1 minute it's like 80 degrees and the next minute I blink, summer is over, and here I am freezing in this room. There's like no in between. I'm either extremely cold or I am sweating in here. So today it's cold. I really don't know what type of look I want to create. I do have to be honest though. I am obsessed with Ritual, Soothe, and Aura. These are just right up my alley for like an everyday look that I would create. I am so excited. So I think that that's what I'm going to dive into. I'm going to start off with my Delium Tools 785 Tapered Blending Brush. This is from the Golden Triangle collection. I'm going to start off just by dipping into Aura right here with this big fluffy brush, just to kind of set down what's on my eyes right now and just to kind of have a nice base, something for shadows to blend into. Wow, that's a lot more pigmented than what I expected. Usually with shades like this, I put it on my eye and it doesn't do a whole lot. And I'm kind of just like, why did I even put that down? Not a lot of kick up here. A little bit of kick up, but nothing out of the ordinary. It is a powder after all. And now I'm going to stick with that same brush. I'm now going to dip very gently into Soothe. She did say that these are extremely pigmented, that you do not need a lot. And I want to start off very light to get an idea of what this palette performs. So I'm going to start by just getting that all into the crease. Window wiper motions, and she's not lying. I'm already getting color payoff, and I just barely dipped my brush into the pan. I even tapped off the excess too, and I'm still just getting a nice little wash of color. I do want to start off soft and build up if I have to. Go ahead and dip in just a couple more times, just to kind of intensify things. Kind of rolling my brush right when I get to the outside corner of the eye here, just to make sure everything is fluffed out and blended nicely. Very little kick up from this shade, a little bit more kick up from the Aura shade, but again, not a big deal. I don't feel like I'm dipping into like an ABH palette where I feel like I'm kicking up so much shadow that I've wasted half my palette. Beautiful. Now that shade blended out effortlessly. I just love how just beautifully it contoured the eyes. It's just like that perfect kind of mid-tone brown shade to just carve out the eyes and to kind of contour everything. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my BH Cosmetics number 7 brush, and I'm going to dip into the matte Ritual shade. I should have reiterated that. I have dipped into all of the matte shades thus far. Go ahead and tap that right on the outer edge of the eye. I swear that every airplane and every motorcycle in the area knows that I'm gonna film. I've talked about this on my channel so many times. This one I feel like is skipping just a little bit right here, but nothing too terrible. I sometimes have an issue, I don't know why, if it's just my eyes, with deeper brown, like espresso shades like this. I feel like I have to like work extra hard to really get them nice and blended. Sometimes I'm like, is it me? Is it my technique? Or what am I doing wrong? But I do want to note that it is blending out. It's just taking a little bit of extra work for me, but nonetheless, I still think that it is a beautiful shade and it's looking beautiful. Now I am slightly bringing that up into the crease, but I'm keeping it pretty tight with the outer part of my eye. This palette is so heavy, just like holding it up with my hand to use the mirror. My wrist is like getting major fatigue, but it's such a good mirror. I don't want to stop using it. My eyelids are so dry right now, and I think that really might honestly be the issue with this darker shade just kind of being a little bit more difficult to blend. So I'll have to keep you guys posted on that. Now that we have that laid down, I think I want to do a little bit more of Soothe. I do want to deepen up the crease just a bit. I'm gonna go back in with my 785 and I'm just gonna go ahead and soften everything and just further deepen up that crease just a bit with that Soothe shade. Now I need to decide where I'm gonna go with this. I don't know if I'm gonna go full glam and slap the glitters on. To be honest with you guys, glitters have never really been my thing. Again, I have to say that if you've watched my channel before, you know that I just don't pop a lot of glitters on the eye. I just never have. It's just not my favorite look. It's like I almost feel like I have to because that's Tati's thing. I feel like I need to dip into the glitters, but it's like at the same time, the sequin is so beautiful and the metallics are so beautiful. So now that that is nice and blended out, I'm exactly where I need to be. I really need to figure out what direction I want this look to go in. So I'm gonna kind of do what I usually do. I'm gonna pick up this metallic shade here in Ritual, the metallic in Ritual. I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that kind of on the center of the lid, right where that darker shadow ends. I like to do this because I feel like it gives a more seamless blend and it just kind of softens everything and gives a beautiful look. I just feel like it just kind of took it to like a next level. Just gives it a nice blend and softens that deeper shade up just a bit. This metallic is gorgeous. It's not the most blinding metallic I have ever used, but I do love the texture of it. It looks very dimensional, very opaque. When I say dimensional, I just mean like when I look at it, I feel like it's adding a texture, and that's what I like. So it's very textural, absolutely beautiful. So now I think what I want to do is lay on the inner part here of the eye, the metallic Soothe shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay that on the rest of the lid. That shade is stunning. I just love how everything just looks so blended. It's looking effortless, and that's obviously kind of the goal. I'm bringing that all the way up into the crease just to kind of give that illusion of just like a very wide eye. I want to go back into Ritual just a bit. I want to make sure that I'm not losing that and dab that right on again. Beautiful. I am loving this look so far. This type of look is right up my alley. This is something that I can see myself wearing every single day. It's just gorgeous. These are my favorite types of shades. I never get bored of them. I can never have enough palettes that have this type of shade in it. I just love having these shades with different formulas. Now I think I want to, debating if I want to go ahead and put the glitter down. I kind of want to leave it as is. I'm just kind of digging it, but I also feel like I have to see how these glitters layer. So we're just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and on top of this metallic, I'm going to top it with the Soothe glitter. These are supposed to be toppers, so let's just go ahead and do it. Why not? I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone, you guys, and I hope that it works out. I'm surprised. I actually really like that. This really is truly like glitter for adults. She wasn't lying. That's really pretty. I am getting a little bit of fallout, so I would obviously suggest with something like this, either using something that might be more of like a glitter glue or laying down some setting powder because it is falling a little bit, but that's fine. We will clean it up. That glitter is truly stunning. Like it just elevated this entire look from something very beautiful, very just kind of like neutral glam to like evening full-on glam with the glitter. I am surprised at how much I like it. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to sweep away some of this glitter here. And if I have glitter on my face, it is what it is. That wasn't too bad. I feel like I got rid of it pretty easily. Let's go ahead and work on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take this flat brush right here from Wal Mart Cosmetics, and I'm sure you guys guessed it, we're gonna dip into this black shade Memory. I'm gonna keep this very tight to the lower lash line, using it as a liner. So go ahead and press that in. I take it to about the center of the lid, and then or the center of the lower lash line, and then I'm going to stop right there because I do plan on also blending this out with another shade. I'm going to take this pencil brush here. This is from Kaleidos Makeup, and I'm going to dip into the matte Ritual shade right here. I'm going to use this to kind of smudge out that black shade and kind of give a nice sultry lower lash line because we already put on the glitter, so obviously we're already going full glam. This black is pigmented, let me tell you what. I'm gonna clean off my brush and I'm gonna go dip into the matte Soothe shade right here just to kind of soften this. I did go a little bit heavy here on the lower lash line. I don't want it to distract from the rest of the look. Those deeper shades, when using more densely packed brushes, they pack a punch. I probably would have normally went a little bit lighter on this, but that's fine. Let's line the top lash line as well. I'm gonna take that same flat brush from Wal Mart Cosmetics, dip into Memory, and I'm just gonna very lightly press that along the upper lash line here, just from about the center of the lid and then outward, just to kind of line everything and deepen it up just a bit. I don't know why I'm holding this palette the whole time. Like my hand is like, wow, because she's so heavy. This palette is heavy, you guys. She's got some weight to her. Let's go ahead and work on the inner corners. I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is from Sigma. This is an E47 crease brush. And then obviously, without saying, we're gonna go ahead and dip into the metallic Aura shade. I am going to spray this with some Fix Plus because I really wanna see what we're working with here. I'll use that as my inner corner highlight. That is gorgeous. Like it just opened everything up. I can't wait to get some mascara on here. Dip back into that. Put that along the brow bone. I'm gonna have to play with this palette some more. Let me know if you guys wanna see, obviously, some more tutorials because I would love to dip into those sequin shades because they are so gorgeous. Now, I purposely left highlighter off my face because I am dying to use Aura as a highlighter. I just feel like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful highlight. Where is my highlighter brush? Here we go. Let's try Aura, the metallic shade, as a highlight. I'm gonna take my Morphe. This is the JH09, and I'm just gonna dip into this shade right here. Aura, metallic. I'm gonna use this baby as a highlight. Gorgeous. If you want like a super bright, intense, reflective highlight, that is stunning. I went a little bit heavy. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on this side. But wow, does that make for a really beautiful highlighter. Look at that. Like, girl, that is intense. I almost feel like I need to like shear this out just a bit. I went a little bit heavy on this side, but oh my goodness, that it is beautiful as a highlight. Gorgeous. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara and I will be right back with my final thoughts. All right, you guys, so there you have it. This is the completed look. I do have to say off the bat that I am shocked at how much I am in love with this glitter. Like I said, I never touch glitters. I feel like they're so messy. They're a pain in the ass. I have to like layer them and they just get everywhere. But my goodness, this glitter is gorgeous. If you are like me and you avoided glitter for all of those very reasons, you are going to be in love with this formula. It is so reflective and just beautiful. There's something about the way that this is kind of milled, I would say, or just the way that this glitter was created. It's just so incredibly textured and sparkly. Like I can't stop looking in my mirror right here because it is just so beautiful. I feel like I have like ultimate like New Year's Eve glam. I'm ready to go out. It's just absolutely stunning. Now I definitely have a lot of thoughts. First off, I thought that this was a little bit too heavy on my under eyes here. Absolutely not. When I look up close at the way that these shadows blend, it is effortless. They just look so soft and diffused. It's almost as if they're self-blending. You know how Shiseido came out with their self-synchro, self-refreshing foundation? Did Tati just create a self-blending eyeshadow? Did she just hit us with that? Because I'm telling you, it is just so beautifully blended. Now, I did struggle a little bit with Ritual at one point on the outer part of my eye, but I can't really dock at any points because, like I said, my eyelids are just a little bit dry right now because my skin overall is just dehydrated. So it's really hard for me to even say because of the way that it blended out here on the lower lash line. It didn't give me any issues at all. It didn't fluff everywhere. I had absolutely no fallout from the metallics or the matte on my eyes. I just feel like this is the most blended eyeshadow I have ever done. That is just how effortless these shadows are. They blend like butter. They truly do. I am blown away. I cannot wait to play with this palette more. I really want to dip into these sequin shades. Poet over here, this kind of purpley pink shade. Oh my God. So beautiful, and I dig a good orange shadow. What I like about this too is that you could create a totally monochromatic look by just using whatever shades are in whatever row. Like, I absolutely love that. I am a huge fan of creating monochromatic eye looks because, again, with all the different textures and everything, you can just change the look in so many different ways, but only having 6 different shadows. For example, again, another idea I have is that I could just really densely pack Poet all in the crease and then blend it out with Story, because these 2 shades right here, Story and Poet, would blend gorgeously together. It would just give you like that sunset eye look. So beautiful. The Aura Glitter shade up here, and the little kind of pink and purpley micro reflex in the sequin formula for Aura is absolutely beautiful. You guys, this palette is very unique. Some of you might say like, oh, I already have these shades in my collection, but I do have to say they are very unique. The blend, the formula is definitely unlike anything that I have personally tried thus far, and I have owned more than enough of my fair share of eyeshadow palettes in my day. I am so excited to see what she creates next. I cannot wait to see what volume 2 looks like. Like, I'm sold already. I absolutely love it. As you guys could see, it blended out beautifully, and these glitters are just bomb. Now, I saved it for the end, hidden in this video, because Tati's message resonated with me so much. Her message behind this palette and just the way that she launched it. I wasn't going to, but then my best friend Sarah was like, girl, I'm surprised that you didn't pick up one of these palettes for a giveaway. And I was surprised too. So luckily, when I ordered my palette later that night, I went online and I saw that she still had them available. So I went ahead and bought an extra Tati Beauty Volume 1 Textured Neutrals palette for one of my amazing subscribers. I am just so thankful that you guys are here and that you watch my videos and that you comment and you support me by giving me a thumbs up. You follow me on Instagram. Those of you that have Twitter, you follow me on Twitter. You guys, it means the world to me, and I am so inspired that I wanted to share a palette with one of you that just maybe couldn't get your hands on it this time around, or you were waiting to see if the palette was worth it or not. And I really want one of you to experience this for yourself because it is a beautiful palette. So with that being said, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and just leave a comment down below what inspires you about this palette. Let's not talk about the giveaway per se in the comment. Just leave a comment about what about this palette inspires you, and then leave me your Instagram handle and email address, just some way for me to get in contact with you in case you are the winner. Obviously, this is open to US and Canada residents only at this time. I will choose a winner in a few days or something. I will let you guys know. I'll keep you posted on that. And I will announce on my Instagram stories when I'm going to choose the winner. And then obviously once a winner has been contacted, so you know to check your messages to make sure that you didn't miss a message from me. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much. You inspire me each and every day. I appreciate you. I love you so much. And maybe one day you'll be trying out a palette that I created. That would be the dream, right? Let's not get choked up here because I'm getting choked up. I always get way too emotional. Anyways, you guys, I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys. To be filming a... Oh my goodness. Why are these intros so hard? I am 5 minutes in. I've been spending the last 5 minutes trying to film an intro for this video. Why can't I do it? Why is it such a challenge for me? Oh, why? Let's try that again.